We are live. Welcome. It is our senses and senses abilities focus today. Welcome to our Try This at Home yoga intermission session for Saturday. I'm trying to figure out which clock to trust, whether it's the laptop or the wind up clock. It's not wind up, battery powered clock or my phone. I'm going with my phone. I think I'm starting a little bit early every week. Anyway, my name is Karen, coming to you from Salt and Sand Studios. Welcome to our yoga class today. It will be a gentle class. We're actually going to go ahead and start on our backs. And if you need something to help you feel comfortable, like a bolster under your knees or something underneath your neck, feel free. So lying on your back, I'm going to keep my knees bent to support my low back. Just going to align ourselves, get a little settled, giving yourself the opportunity to feel a little bit of comfort. Take a big breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Lift up one shoulder blade, set it down closer to the hip on the same side, and then do that on the opposite side. Perhaps a hand on your belly and your heart, not required. I'm going to keep both hands on my belly so I can start to feel the breath. We're going to take a nice awareness breath, which will get us into a position for our senses cycle, and before we move into the more physical part of the practice. Although breathing is quite physical itself. So we're going to breathe into the belly, keep breathing in, widening and expanding the lungs, keep breathing in, expanding the chest. We're going to hold just for a couple of moments, and then we're going to slowly let the air out through the mouth, the opposite way, the chest, the rib cage and lungs, the belly. So breathing into the count of 4, 3, 2, breathe into the rib cage, 4, 3, 2, breathe into the heart, 4, 3, 2, hold it, 2, 1, breathe out slowly. Pause at the bottom of the breath, breathing in again, filling the belly, rib cage, heart, hold, and exhale. One more round, your cadence. Filling up the belly like it's a balloon. Expanding the rib cage 360 degrees. Lifting the heart. Hold. And slowly release through the mouth. A nice big breath in and out. Take a moment to consider what brought you to your mat today, what your motivation is. Knowing that every time we, all of us, come to our mats, it's self-care. And self-care allows us to be kinder to others. Pretty nice sort of cyclical approach, and then others are nicer to us, and then we feel good about that, and then we're nicer to others, etc. Now we're going to take a scan of the senses, rotation of the senses. If you like, you can plop the backs of the hands onto the earth. Let's take another big breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Adjusting any body parts that are calling for it. And we'll start, since we just moved the body, with a sense of touch, feeling the temperature and texture and support of the floor below you, the mat below you. Maybe there's a coolness under the arms that you don't feel on the torso, because the torso is on the mat itself. Maybe you can sense the air on your skin, the temperature, the speed of the air movement. What about the touch of clothes on your body, or the feeling of hair that's on your head? Maybe it touches your forehead or your ears. And what about the sense of touch, the eyelids on the eyes, or maybe the top eyelids touching the bottom eyelids if your eyes are closed? Bring your attention to your hearing, your sense of sound. Locate a sound that is reasonably far away, maybe at the edge of your space or maybe outside the space you're in right now. Keep the breath nice and slow. Really experiencing this moment in terms of sound. Allow your awareness of sound to come a little closer to you. Maybe something inside the room, a clock, or the movement of air if you have an air system. And draw that awareness even closer, maybe inside you. The sound of your breath, the sound of your heartbeat, maybe your stomach is digesting. Shift your attention to scent, the sense of smell. Maybe you have a sense memory. Or there could be coffee or tea scent in your space. Something else, the scent of your skin. And we focus on the senses, or one sense at a time, or this rotation of the senses. We remind ourselves of the uniqueness of the human form. And even if we don't have access to all of the senses, one or more can bring us closer to letting everything go except what is in the moment. Sense of taste. Could be vestiges of breakfast or coffee or tea or a mint, or maybe, again, a sense memory. And last but not least, sight. Sense of seeing. Or even with our eyes closed, we might see light. There might be a shape in our mind's eye. There could be insight right here, right now, in this moment. Experiencing it with a sense of sight. Bring your legs together, your arms up overhead, hook your thumbs, spread your fingers like so many turkeys. And reach with the breath in, toes point forward, fingers reach behind. Release everything. We gently bring the arms into a cactus shape to find a little back bend. Pressing the backs of the arms onto the ground. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift the heart. Breathe in and present the heart to the sky. One at a time, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the earth. Draw your right knee in, Give it a hug and use your right hand to guide the knee into circles so that you're moving your hip 3 to 5 in one direction and then take it in the opposite. Then as your knee hugs in toward your underarm outside your rib cage, you take ankle circles. Continue to press the big toe mound of the left foot into the earth. Ankle circles in both directions with the right ankle. Open and close your toes. Maybe make fists or fist. And a half happy baby. Is it half a baby that's happy? Or is the baby half happy? It's the half baby. And go ahead and take a hold of the big toe with your fingers and your thumb and extend that leg to the sky. You might need a bend in your knee, which I do. My hamstrings are pretty tight. My calves are pretty tight. If you like, you can move that leg out to the right. Just finding a little extra stretch here. Hug the knee back in. Cross the right ankle above the left knee. Press the right knee away and back. See if you can keep both SI joints behind you on the ground. Activate the right foot. Lower the shoulders, soften them toward the earth. Plant the right foot back on the ground. We'll take all that on the left side, hugging the left knee in. Give it a good squeeze. Oh, that feels good. Moving into knee circles. Feeling the hips starting to lubricate. Maybe you feel some tightness or some openness in the hip crease, in the psoas, the hip flexor. Perhaps you feel something in your quad. Ankle circles. Toe movement, stretching, squeezing. Half happy baby. Big toe mound of the right foot presses to the earth. The right heel presses to the earth. Extend your left leg toward the sky. Supine figure 4, left ankle crosses above the right knee. We press the left knee away with the hand. Knees hug back to the chest. And take a rock and roll, or maybe even plant your arms on the floor to come up to your seat. In your comfortable seat, Sukhasana. Legs can cross, spine gets nice and long. We draw the pelvis a little bit forward. Maybe bring a nice smile to the face as the eyes soften. Come back to your motivation or set an intention for the practice. Release your hands by your sides. Open up your collarbones. Lift the arms in front and then up overhead. Face the palms outward. Send the arms away from you, left and right, and down by your sides. This time we flip the palms and lift them up by your sides, up out from your sides, and then up overhead. This time the palms face forward. We reach the arms forward and then drop them down by the sides. One more time. Both of those directions. Hands up, arms out in front, arms overhead, palms outward. We reach left and right and down, and then palms up, lifting out and up. Palms face forward, and the arms come out and down. Now we bring the hands together at the heart, like they found their home there. Take a moment, selecting any one of your senses, whichever one you desire. Maybe the one that works great, maybe the one that you spend the least time considering. Make a memory of this moment, a sense memory of this moment, based on what you feel, the sense of touch, or what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, or what you see. Now take a little twist to the right. Doesn't matter where your hands go. Each breath in, the spine gets long. Each breath out, we twist a little deeper. The eyeballs move over to the right as well. Twisting as if the navel rotates around the spine, orbits the spine. And we come forward, twist the other way. And we come forward, hands behind us, a little lift of the heart. Shoulder blades squeeze. We're not sending the belly forward, but we're drawing the hips forward. The torso nice and long. Oh, that feels good. Drop your head back. And then we're going to tuck the chin. Sweep the arms out in front. Walk them forward, including your hands. Big breath in. Squeeze the belly to walk forward a little bit more. Drop your head. Loosen the neck. Walk the hands backwards. They come behind you. We shift onto the sacrum. Switch the cross of your feet. Take that fold again, making sure to pause when you've reached what feels like your edge, to take a big breath. Create a little more space. Make your way into Child's Balasana. Maybe you roll forward to do that. Maybe you find some other movement to get there. Knees super wide, forehead resting on something. So if you need a blocker, a blanket, or a bolster, take it. Anything that starts with a B, except maybe a baseball bat. Come on to your fingertips, lifting the forearms and the wrists off the mat. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, spread the spine, top and bottom, spread the low back, left and right, using that air. Next, inhale, head lifts a little so you can walk the hands to the right, finding a stretch all along the left side of the body. If your left sitting bone came farther away from your left heel, you might scooch the hands back a little bit more. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, walk the hands to the other side or the stretch on the right side. Inhale, hands come to center. Exhale, come to a tabletop shape. Hopefully you're starting to warm up here. The right leg floats off the mat. Left arm floats in front. We square the hips and we stay here, working our balance. Left arm out to the left, right leg out to the right. Arm forward, leg back. Left hand down, sweep the right leg over the left calf. Maybe you can peek at your right foot over your left shoulder. Drop the shoelace side of that foot onto the earth and glide your hips back toward your right heel. You might draw to your forearms. Actually, let's come to the forearms because this is a great place to do a little cat-cow movement. You won't get a lot out of the you won't get deep movement out of it, sorry. Hopefully you'll get a lot out of the posture, but it's not deep movement, but it's starting to stretch across the upper back and work on the triceps. It's as if you're dragging the mat back with your forearms and your palms and your fingers. And we're going to come back to three-legged dog, a three-legged tabletop, knee above the right elbow, round your spine a lot. Inhale, extend the leg, and then drop the knee to the mat. A little wiggle waggle, maybe some hula hoop circles, maybe hip circles, or the letter C, left and right, your choice, before we take that to the other side. Shoulders come over the wrist. Left leg floats off the mat. It is strong and stable. We squeeze the glutes. We squeeze the hamstrings. Reach the heel behind us. The right arm floats in front. Square up your hips. Use the belly. Use your breath. And maybe this is so simple and straightforward for you that you can also guide your awareness to one of your senses. Right arm out to the right, left leg to the left. And forward and back again. Right hand down, left leg sweeps above the right calf. We peek toward the left foot. Glide the left hip toward the right heel. We are on the shoelace side or the top of the left foot. Forearms on the mat, hands on the mat, fingers on the mat. Dynamic tension, drawing that mat back. Cat and cow shapes, however small. Neutral spine, back to the three-legged tabletop. Knee above the left elbow, really round the spine, drop the head. Breathe in to extend, and the knee comes to the mat. I am warmed up, removing my outer layer now. We're gonna meet in down dog. Take your time getting there. Take a little bit of a longer, if your heels don't reach the floor, take a little bit of a longer down dog. Give you an opportunity for some kind stretching into the calves and the Achilles heel. So not quite a high plank, but a little bit of a longer down dog. And breathe 5 beautiful breaths where you are. Remembering that it is your practice, so whatever works for you, you do, and if it doesn't, you modify, take a different position. If you need to rest your brain, your heart, your body, a tabletop or a child's pose will always do you well. Rise up to the tiptoes, press the chest toward the thighs, keep those heels really high for a moment. As you exhale, draw the heels toward the earth. Rise to the tiptoes, bend the knees a lot, press your chest and your belly toward your thighs and look past your hands, walk to them, finding a forward fold at the front of your mat. This is your forward fold. It could be a ragdoll, yogi toe lock, Padahastasana, or a pretty straightforward Uttanasana. If you have a bind, release your hands. Take a little sway left and right. Meet in the middle. Hands to the shins, half a lift. Bottom drops a little bit. Spine gets nice and long. Shoulders toward the hips, belly in and up. Exhale for a fold. Slowly rise to standing sunrise. Maybe imagining the sun on your face if you're not at a window or outdoors. Arms overhead, hands to your heart. Again, hands drop. We inhale, lifting out and up. Heart lifts too. Torso gets long. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift again. Forward fold. Rise and shine. Right hand drops by your side for a tilt over to the right. We're lifting the heart. We're not sending the left hip way out. We're working into the outer edge of the foot and working open the left rib cage. Left side of the body, outside of the left leg. Both arms overhead, cactus shape. Forearms together in front of you. Zip them up. Lift the elbows. Cactus shape arms. Eagle arms, right under left. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Rise to standing. Breathe out, forward fold. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold. Step back, high plank. Big breath in. Exhale straight to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Rise to the tippy toes. Make your way back to the front of your mat. Another forward fold. If you have a bind, release it. Half lift. And Uttanasana, fold. Rise to standing, arms lift. Left hand drops by the left hip this time. And a tilt. Tilt-a-whirl, girl. That was terrible sounding. It's not even the right tune. Tilt-a-whirl, girl is a song. Lift back up, cactus shape arms. Eagle arms this time, left under right. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands will drop behind you, so this time we open up the chest. Collarbones are smiling like there's no tomorrow. Would they be smiling if that were the case? Energy from the bottom is reaching behind the heels, and it's as if the thighs are spinning toward one another. Find a fold over your legs, keep your hands bound. Maybe the hands flip from the spine, maybe they don't. Nod your head, shake your head, open and close your jaw, waggle your eyebrows. Exhale, hands release, only to find your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, long flat spine. Breathe out, forward fold, step back, high plank. Lower all the way to the mat, nose, chin, chest. Turn your head to one side, doesn't matter which side. A little neck twist, breathe in and out. Head turns the other way. As they say, turn the other cheek. Breathe in and out. Forehead to the mat, 3 low cobras. Lift the navel, come to the mat. Little interstitial breath before you rise back up. And down. Press the hip bones toward the mat. Lift the navel one more time. Maybe go deeper. And all the way down to the mat. Child's pose. Downward dog. Rise to the tiptoes, bend your knees, make your way back to your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift. And a fold, rise to standing. We're going to move all the way through our vinyasa. Sun salutation A, forward fold. Lift halfway. Fold over your legs. High plank to low. Maybe your knees drop for that. A back bend. Into downward facing dog. 3 cleansing breaths. This time the hands walk to the feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Let's find a crouch. So you're going to come to the balls of the feet, bend your knees, drop your sitting bones toward your heels, hands to your heart. We're going to see if we can rise up into a chair. I'm already losing my balance. Belly strong. Rise to chair pose, Utkatasana. Yippee-ki-yay. Lift to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to take a little walk toward the front of the mat, but we're going to take a little special movement on the way. I'll ask you to, again, select a particular sense unique to the human form, all of the senses that we have together to experience life in the world. Now shift our weight into our right foot, lift the left knee to the chest. Extend your left leg, step it forward. Lift your right knee into your chest, extend your right leg, bend your right knee, standing figure 4. And if you fall out like I just did, it's just yoga, remember? Chair pose. Hands to your heart, standing figure 4, other side. We're going to shift into a crescent, right knee up. Shift the heart forward like an airplane or a bird. And step back, crescent warrior. Finding the space that you need in the 4 corners of your mat with the air surrounding you, the sky above. Slowly the back knee drops to the earth, Anjaneyasana. Right arm forward, left arm behind, east-west pose. If you are crunching the mat or trying to grip the mat with your left toes, see if you can loosen them. Press a little more energy into the top of the back foot, the right foot, and more energy into the heel of the front. Deepen your twist, right hand down, left arm high. Press into the big toe mound of that left foot. Maybe you need to lengthen the space front to back. Left hand down, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Remembering this is about a long spine. And give yourself the opportunity to hone in on a particular sense. In this instance, for me, the sense of smell seems to be calling to me. There's some incense floating around. Hands come inside the left foot. We rebend that knee. Move the foot out to the left for a lizard twist. Pelvis sends its energy forward rather than downward. If you like a quad stretch, and it's a possibility for your practice today, go ahead and bend the right knee, reach around with the left hand and take a hold of the right foot or ankle or your pant leg. The idea here is to press energy from the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. I do not have that stretch today. I'm sure some of you will. Hands plants, toes point forward, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee and take a turn over to the long edge of your mat, a wide-legged forward fold. Really press into your heels on the outer edges of your feet. Imagine that you are lifting the hips toward the sky. by pressing the feet into the earth, sense of touch. Walk around toward the front of your mat. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Big toes can come to touch in this version if you like, but not required. Hands to your heart. Left knee to your heart. Bird, airplane, whatever your transition into your crescent with your left foot behind. I don't have as good balance on this side today. Stepping into crescent, setting yourself up for success. Heart opener, hip opener. Slowly the back knee drops to the earth. I like to move my foot back a little bit so I get a bit more of a stretch. Anjaneyasana. East-west pose, left arm forward, right arm behind. Checking in with your right toes, the top side of your left foot. Topsiders, that was a brand. I wonder if they still exist. Big toe out of the right foot, really giving you purchase. Left hand down, right arm high. Half split. Lizard twist. Quad stretch if you did on the other side or if you attempted on the other side. It's all a practice, right? There is no perfect. We don't land with a score of 10 into Crescent Warrior, Warrior 1, Warrior 2. We allow the body to explore. And one of the ways we explore and discover is through our senses. Right hand to the mat. Right toes point forward, long edge of the mat, other side this time. Yep, I had a Band-Aid on my toe because I cut it. And now that Band-Aid doesn't want to stay. Hands to your hips, rise halfway up. Find your way into a Warrior 2 with your right toes facing forward. For me, that means pivoting on the ball of the foot, shortening my stance slightly. Front to back. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Lift the right heel, sink deeper into your right knee. Power up your back leg, draw the right heel down. Flip your front palm for a reverse. Come back to your Warrior 2. We're going to take a little dance. Warrior 2, reverse side angle. Warrior 2, reverse side angle. Warrior 2, triangle. So reverse. Side angle, Warrior 2, reverse, side angle, finding your flow, Warrior 2, reverse, lengthen your front leg, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Locking in on one of your senses to fully experience this posture. You could look up, turn your thumb, you could look down, you could look straight out. What sense did you select? Warrior 2. Hands to your hips, lengthen this leg, pivot on the heel, Bringing your right foot parallel to the front of the mat, we take warrior two on the other side. Left toes point to the back of the mat. Left knee bends. We find the width of our stance and work into our dance. First, we take a reverse. Opening up the left side of the body, lift the left heel, sink deeper into your left knee, draw the left heel down, stay low, warrior two. Now we move into the dance. Flip your front palm reverse, side angle. Warrior two, reverse, side angle. Not side ankle, side angle. Powered up the back leg, warrior two, reverse. Lengthen your front leg. Shorten stance if need be. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Finding where it's comfortable for your neck. Honing in on a different sensory experience from the other side. Hearing, sense of sound is what comes to me. Warrior two, hands on your hips, dial both sets of toes to the side of the mat. Dial yourself to the front of the mat, step forward. And I'll take a quick time check. Okay. We're gonna move into one more balance before we go down to the mat. So perhaps with balance, the best opportunity from a sensory perception perspective is a sense of sight, gazing forward and down at something that is non-moving. We shift the weight into the right foot, float the left knee up, move the left knee out to the left, and find tree. The left foot could be anywhere inside the left foot or the right foot or ankle or calf or thigh, but not on the knee. And we breathe for 3. Grow your tree if that makes sense to you. I'm gonna have more of a pine tree thing going on. Balance is not my strength today. Always draw your way back in. If you fall out, it's no big deal. And the left foot down, hands to your heart. Tree on the other side. Left leg strong. Right knee floats. Right knee moves to the right. Right foot settles. Grow your tree if you like. And release, shake it out. A little bit of a wide stance, arms reach high. Palms face down. We slowly bend the knees and press this energy down like we're creating and sharing a bubble of energy, arms out and up as the legs lengthen. Palms face down, press the energy through the body to the earth. Renew the energy, lift it out and up. And press it back down. We're going to move the bubble the other way. We're going to lift the palms to the sky. Lengthen the legs coming through the center body. Wash ourselves with the energy. Soften the knees. Lift the energy again through the center of the body, top to bottom. Create a bubble. Washing ourselves, knees bend as we come down. And one more time. When we rise up, hands stack at your heart, feet heel toe more toward each other. Close your eyes. In whatever way makes sense for you, you're going to lift your arms to the sky and find your way into a tabletop. I'm going to move into one back bend here. No, we're not actually. We're going to find a couple cat-cows. Neutral spine, cross your ankles, roll over them, and come all the way down to a seat. I say no, we're not because of time. Coming all the way down to your back now. Hands by your sides, palms face down. Low back, press to the earth, tilt your tailbone to the sky. So you've activated the belly a little bit. We're going to take one back bend here as opposed to on our knees. So on an exhale, knees forward, feet sort of dragging backward, hips lift, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, shimmy the shoulder blades toward each other. Maybe you can clasp your hands, maybe you cannot. And we breathe for 5, 4, tilt that pelvis. Use all the parts of the feet. 2, and 1, unzip all the way to the mat. Give your knees a hug. Left foot down, right knee crosses above the left knee. Kind of like you were sitting in a chair with your gracefulness of crossing your legs. You're going to shift your hips over to the right, drop your knees to the left for a twist. Arms can flop out. And if it feels okay for your neck, your gaze, your chin, your nose will turn over toward the right. Sole of the left foot returns to the mat. We shift the spine so it's as straight as it would normally be top to bottom. We take everything over the other side. Left knee crosses over the right. Hips shift to the left. Knees drop to the right. Gaze moves to the left. Sole of the right foot on the earth. Sole of the left foot on the earth. Straighten out the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. A little rocking left and right. Maybe a couple of knee circles. And we move into Shavasana. Boy, that time went fast. I hope it went fast for you, or maybe you hoped it went slow and it felt great going slow. For me, it felt quick. Shavasana. Effortless breath. Connecting to the earth. Feeling the linkage with space in the front body. And we'll take a rotation of the senses before we finish up. Sense of touch. What do you feel? Temperature, texture, solidness, floating air, eyelashes, breath. What do you hear? What do you smell? Taste. And see. With a little wiggling of the extremities and the limbs, the breath deepens. And once again, you find your way to a seat. That could be by coming onto your side, or maybe a rock and roll forward and back. And we come into Sukhasana, our comfortable seat, legs crossed. And if you have crossed your legs in your habitual way, you might consider switching them around. And take your hands into your lap, the back of the right palm, the back of the right hand in the palm of the left. The tips of the thumbs, the sort of thumb pads, touch. Or make a little space for the lungs. And take a big breath in through the nose. And a full breath out the mouth. Bring to mind whichever sense ability came to the fore for you today during your practice. Maybe they were all equal, or maybe one ruled over the others, or maybe there was one sense to rule them all. Consider a dedication for this practice. Who in your life, or maybe there are people you don't know, or other types of beings that you wish to send kindness and compassion and the merits of yoga out to them. Press the palms together at your heart. Lift the heart toward the thumb knuckles and press the thumb knuckles toward the heart. We'll use a chant of Om, even if you yourself do not chant. The chant of Om, the thought of Om, the concept of Om, the breath on which the idea of Om rides is what sends out and connects this practice, your intentions, to those we have considered. Breathe all the air out of your lungs. Take a complete breath in. Thumb knuckles connect right at the center of your forehead. May you enjoy the uniqueness of the human form with all of its senses and sense abilities to connect with the present moment, with nature, with energy, with the earth itself. We bow together, honoring one another and honoring the practice that brings us together, saying Namaste. It was a treat, as always, to share my passion for yoga and for human beings with you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have funding and wish to donate, saltandsandstudios.com. We have a donation button on the site. If you do not have funding, we are also here for you. And one day, if I have never seen you in the studio, or if it's been some time, I would love to have you back. We'll start in on outdoor classes, weather permitting, in the June timeframe. Next week, Memorial Day weekend of 2023, there will not be any Saturday classes. There probably will not be any Friday class either. So keep an eye on us on Instagram, on Facebook, on saltandsandstudios.com. Hope to see you soon. Have a great one. I'm Karen. Take care.